Is there somebody in your life that struggles with being happy? Maybe it's you. Maybe even you at times want to be happy. You're trying to be happy, or you're trying to help somebody else be happy. But it's almost like all of our attempts, all the things that we're doing to try and be happy can work temporarily, but they can also backfire in the sense of they seem to just create more unhappiness. And today I want to talk about that. Today I want to talk about, I call it the two truths and a lie. You played that game before, right? Two truths and a lie. Well, there's two truths. There are two different kinds of happiness. And then there's a lie that sits between the two. And it's that false expectation, that unrealistic expectation between these two different kinds of happiness that set you up for unhappiness. So if you want to figure out what the heck am I talking about today, check out our video. Hey, I'm Brett, licensed psychotherapist and the executive director for The Gathering. The Gathering of Good People is a nonprofit dedicated to helping with your emotional healing through your personal growth. And, happiness is the topic. Happiness is something that all of us are seeking, but we struggle to find it. And I actually find in my own life, let me share a story about me, that I find that sometimes I try something and it works for a little while, and then it doesn't seem to work anymore. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. It makes me feel like, man, maybe I'm failing. Maybe I'm just a big fat loser and I'm never going to be happy. And so I start finding that my attempts at trying to be happy can add to my unhappiness and then just create this negative spiral. So I want to talk about, how normal that is and what's going on. What's going on that's creating that weird cycle of how sometimes our pursuit for happiness, which is the American pursuit of happiness, is sometimes backfiring on us and causing us unhappiness. Well, first thing I have to help you understand is that there's really two kinds of happiness in the world. And we're striving for one, and the lie is that we think that the one will create the other. And that's where we really, in essence, get in trouble. So let me talk about the two different kinds of happiness. There is what's called states of happiness, and then there is what's called a trait. It's the difference between these individual experiences we have, these different states of our moods and emotions, which are temporary. And then there is this ultimate personality, this persona of happiness, this excited, joyful, exuberant personality where we just feel happy all the time, because that's kind of our nature now. That's kind of like who we are. And that is called a state. And the lie that in between this is that we think that if we can stack different states, moments, experiences of happiness, that will eventually lead to this trait, this personality quality, this essence of who we are as being a happy person. And we just got to stack enough of those onto this, and we will become a happy person. That's the strategy. That's the strategy all of us have. I know it's a strategy you have. Check with yourself. Think about it. How many times are you out there trying to collect positive experiences? And the ultimate goal for all of us, right, is that if we think we collect enough of these purposeful and meaningful experiences in our lives, that somehow it's going to ultimately change us and make us this happy and exuberant and wonderful and amazing, positive person. And again, like I talked about in the beginning, what makes us sad and depressed, what makes us ultimately frustrated, is that it doesn't work that way. And ultimately, we feel more discouraged or feel unhappy as we start to try and pursue happiness, because it feels unattainable. It feels like it's just never going to happen. It feels like that's just not me. That's the two truths and the lie. And so let me talk a little bit about our ultimate goal, really. The bottom line we all want, which is this trait of happiness. I want to be a happy person. That's my personality. That's my default. That's kind of who I am. Really, that's what we're all after. And the way we get to that is not through this. Because all this trying, going from one experience to the next experience really almost becomes an addiction. It's almost like an addictive behavior. I'm an alcoholic. I drink. That one drink makes me feel good for that one moment. And then I want to recreate that one moment. And I drink again. And then I want to recreate that one moment and I drink again. And then we just do that over and over again. But there's a problem. And the problem with all of that pursuit is hedonic adaptation. That's the problem. Hedonic adaptation means, complicated term, but basically what it means in the realm of positive psychology is that it means that over time, experiences lose their effect. They don't work as well. So I used to be able to drink one drink and I was great. Man, it gave me a buzz and I felt cool. Now it's just not working as much. So now I need 2 drinks. And then over time, I need 3 drinks. And then over time, I need 4, 5, 6, 10 drinks. That's when I become that alcoholic. So going to Disneyland, when I was a kid, that was the bomb. That was the ideal. That was the best, right? And then you go and you go and you go. And after a while, it just wasn't exciting anymore. And so then you'd go to another amusement park or a different amusement park or do something different. And that was fun and that was exciting. And then you do that and then it fades away. And again, what's happening is normal. And I think that's really the core of the message I want to share with you is this is all normal. This is not you. This is not you're broken, you're defective, there's something wrong with you and you've got to change. This is how all of us are wired. That this hedonic adaptation happens for all of us. And all of these states, moments of happiness fade. They all fade away because that's the way your brain is designed. You get used to them. You get familiar with them and it wears off. So what we really want to do though is let's go back to our core goal, our real goal, which is I want to be a happy person. And the difference, what really makes us a happy person is not seeking all these happy events. What makes us a happy person is energy, what our energy is doing. When we're happy over here in these states, what's happening is we create a moment of flow. Our energy is flowing and moving and we're feeling great. And then the moment ends or we get adapted to it and we get used to it and the flow just stops or slows down and then diminishes. If you want to be happy, what we got to do is we got to learn how to create flow in you all the time. Because that is the state, not the trait, the state of happiness. Is that when you live your life in a moment of flow all the time, moment after moment after moment. Now, can I teach you all that in this one video? No, I'm not going to be able to teach you how to create flow. That's hopefully what I'm going to be teaching you over time and through these different videos and through the workshops and stuff that we have. Technical word. The workshops and activities that we have on the gathering. And so that's our ultimate goal. That's where we want to go. But it's going to take time and practice. But the key is flow. I want you to know that. The key to creating that is to create flow in your life. And I guess the real message I want to help you with today is understanding and normalizing why this doesn't lead to this. Because they're two different things. States versus traits. This creates a state of flow. This is a constant state or experience of flow. This is who you are as flow. And again, I want to get to a place where I can teach you how to do that all the time, but it does take practice. So today, homework assignment, here's my homework assignment for you. I want you to start observing yourself and start noticing your own collapse or flow, because that's really where it's going to begin. In creating change, I can tell you this much. In creating change, there's 4 stages. First stage is insight. And I want you to start seeing inside of yourself, insight, looking inward, and noticing your energy, noticing when it's flowing and when it's collapsing, because that is the first phase of change. Second phase of change is called interrupts, where we interrupt where we're collapsing, where we're falling apart, where things are going wrong. Third stage is implementing new behaviors, new activities, new exercises, new events, so you can start creating that flow. And then the fourth stage is install, where you practice until your brain rewires to become, this is your new you. This is the new experience. This is the new truth for you. And so we will get there, but you have to be patient. Today, understand you are normal. Understand there's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not the problem. This is something we all experience because we've been sold a lie that we've been told if we could just create enough of these individual states that it will create a trait of happiness, and it doesn't. That's not your fault. That's a lie. All right. Keep watching. We'll get there. That's my ultimate goal, so we'll get there. Stay with me. Let's practice. Again, I'm Brett, licensed psychotherapist and the executive director for The Gathering. I hope to see you soon. Take care.